Beers?
Yes.
How many?
Probably one more beer.
How would you describe your level of intoxication at that point?
I mean, I wasn't drunk, but I wasn't sober neither, so.
Could you feel the effects of the beer?
A little bit, yeah.
Sure. Okay. What is everybody else doing around you?
Just playing cards and drinking beer too.
Anybody consuming any drugs?
Not in front of me. Not
Okay.
that I s-
All right. At some point, do you decide it's time to go?
Yes.
What leads up to that?
We were just stopping by to hang out for a minute. We weren't planning on staying out there from the beginning. The plan was to go back to where we were at. So
So how do you all decide when, how you're going to leave?
I don't remember who said it first, but we said we were going to go back. We already were getting ready to go. I told them that we were leaving.
What do you do?
I remember shaking everybody's hand saying we were leaving, and I came down off the porch. I was kind of like standing on the bottom step already, and then Juan was talking to Sergio still, so that's what we were waiting on for
Okay.
them to quit talking. Stop talking. Me and Richard already were ready. to
All right.
leave.
So I'm going to stop you right there, and we're going to go through this pretty slowly. When you come down those steps, and I can show you the picture again if you want me to,
Yeah.
where exactly are you standing waiting on Juan and Sergio? You want me to zoom in on those steps?
Yeah, I was either on the bottom one or the second one. I know I was standing on them. I wasn't on the top no more.
Not on the ground, but standing on the steps.
Yes.
Which way are you facing?
At the time, I was still facing them, still looking up on the porch.
So if we're looking at this photograph and looking towards the house, would your back be to the road, or would the front of you be to the road?
My back would be towards the road. I was looking that way.
Looking back towards the house.
Yes.
What's your attention focused on at this point?
I believe me and Richard were talking at the moment. We were saying something.
Where's he standing? Where's Richard Cantu standing?
He was maybe still on the top, but I don't know if he was on top or on the second, but he was already working his way down too.
You guys are heading out waiting on the brothers to
Yeah.
stop talking?
Yes.
Okay. What do you notice at that point?
I didn't notice none. I just heard
What'd you
somebody
hear?
yelling for us to lay down, give us your IDs
Where's that sound coming from?
from behind me at the moment when I was standing.
Could you tell where behind you it was coming from?
Not exactly, no.
What do you hear?
I just hear everybody lay down, give me your IDs.
Do you get your ID out?
No,
How come?
because as soon as I turned around, I heard a gunshot, and I was the first one to get hit.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second. When you're hearing lay down, where are you standing?
One of the steps, like I said, I don't remember.
Do you go back up to the porch itself? Not the steps, but the actual porch at any point?
Yes.
When?
After I felt get hit, and then I went back on top,
Right.
and I laid.
Had
laid
you
there.
been shot prior to going back up the steps to the porch?
Yes.
Between the time that you hear lay down and you get shot, what is going on?
I just remember one of the guys saying, just listen to what he's saying, just lay down. And then we lay down.
From the time that you hear that voice saying lay down and you get shot, do you see who's behind you?
No,
Did you see anything of what was going on behind you?
no, because by the time I turned around when I got shot, I could just see like a silhouette. I seen somebody coming, but I could not make out anything.
Could you tell how many people it was?
That's one for sure.
All
That's
right. Did you hear more than one voice?
No.
How many times did you hear the voice that was behind you?
Just coming up yelling. Like, I guess I lost consciousness pretty fast because I kind of blinked out.
All right, so before we get to that point, because we're going to get there, was the voice you heard male or female?
Male.
Could you tell anything else about that person
No.
other than the voice you heard was male?
No.
Did you get a description of what that person looked like, what that person was wearing, anything like that?
No.
When you turned around and I think you said you saw a silhouette or a shadow.
Just you can make out it was somebody there, but I couldn't really.
Where
notice any
did
details on
you
it.
see that shadowy figure, whatever you could make out?
Oh, coming up on this left side of the blue car here already.
Okay, let me back it out just a little bit so we can see what we're talking about.
Yeah. Like pretty much coming down where that extension cord is.
And you're pointing to, if you want, there's a yardstick kind of in front of you on the railing. If you want to point to that photograph where you are able to make out that figure, you can stand up if you need to.
Just kind of in this area right here, walking toward us.
Had you heard yelling prior to seeing that figure at that location?
No.
What caused you to turn around then?
Oh, that's when he yelled. That's when I turned around.
That's what catches your attention?
Yes.
How long from the time, and give me times if you can, not, the exact date and time, but how long between when you hear that voice and you get shot? What's this time frame we're talking about?
10 seconds, maybe.
When you get shot, where are you shot?
Came through my arm and then went through my side, came all the way out.
And you pointed to your right elbow.
Yes, right under my elbow. And it came out and went through my side.
So from right elbow out below your right elbow in your forearm,
Yeah.
out the inside of your arm, and then did it re-enter your body?
Yes, it re-entered on my side and then came out the other side.
You mentioned a few minutes ago that you lost consciousness.
Yes.
Tell me what you remember from the time that you're shot up until you lose consciousness.
I remember laying down, and then I heard a couple footsteps, a couple more shots, and I was pretty fast. And next thing I know, I woke up, and the paramedics and cops were on the scene already.
Okay. While you're laying down, are you up on top of that porch?
Yes.
Are you able to see anything, kind of process anything?
No.
You said you heard voices. Were you able to make out anything that you heard?
No.
Just able to tell it was voices?
Yeah.
Were you taken to the hospital that evening?
Yes, I was flown to the hospital.
Not by ambulance, but by helicopter.
Yes.
And how long were you in the hospital?
Approximately 2 months.
Okay. May I have a moment, Your Honor?
Yeah.
Cross-examination?